Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today's video is all about home hacks. I love sharing you ones I'm already using. I love testing out ones I haven't tried yet, just to see what works best. Anything that saves us like time or money or energy, I'm all about it. So we're gonna be talking about those today. If you're new here, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below, and let's jump straight into today's video. The first place we're going to start is here in our bedroom, and we're going to be talking about the nightstand. I feel like the nightstand has to be prepared and stocked, because if you're anything like me, when you finally make it to bed and lay down, the last thing you want to have to do is get back up. So I try to keep a few particular items in my drawer, so if I need them, they're just an arm's reach away. The first thing that I like to keep in my nightstand drawer is a medicine bin. So I keep this whole thing in my nightstand. It is so helpful. I grab it almost every single night. I cannot go to sleep without having like a glass of water on my nightstand and chapstick. And there's something about rubbing this just on my lips at night. It is so helpful. I also keep headache medicine because I feel like sometimes throughout the day, I don't know, headaches run in my family. So I can go to bed with a headache a lot. So I try to keep that. I know on my husband's side, we keep like ibuprofen, so if we're achy or anything, we have that. For a while, my ears were getting really itchy when I was laying down, so I just keep a spray for those. I always keep a cough drop because you never know when you're gonna wake up with like that tickle or a cough. And then the last thing I keep is this magnesium lotion. Oh my goodness, like my calves can get so achy, or I just don't sleep well. And I had learned this from another influencer, and if I will rub this on my calves and the bottom of my feet, I sleep like a baby and I don't hurt. So if you have those issues, you might have a deficiency. So I'm gonna link this product down below because it has been a game changer for me and it lasts a really long time. So like I said, I just pump it as soon as I get in bed on the bottom of my feet, my calves, and I sleep so much better. The next item that I always keep in my nightstand drawer are socks, especially cozy socks. I feel like when I first get into bed, I'm always cold. It's like the AC's blaring and the sheets are cold. Now, by the time I fall asleep, I kick them off, or I kick them off once I'm asleep, but it always helps me to get to sleep. And I got so tired of like waking up, going into my dresser, because like my dresser's in my closet, it's not close by. So I just learned to always keep a few pairs there just for my drawers. So as soon as they come out of the washer and dryer, I know to put them here. So anytime I need them, they're just an arm's reach away, which is the goals when you just get into bed. Now let's talk about a laundry hack. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I don't know how many times like I'll do a load and wash it and dry it. And then when I go to put it away, either my husband or Savannah's like, oh, that had a stain on it. Did you get it out? And I'm like, you didn't tell me to get it out. And I'm not always good about like checking every piece of clothing that's going into the washer. So I learned a hack that has been game changing for us. Basically, I love this stain treater already. It's already a good product, but I love that it's small. I keep it next to anywhere we have a laundry basket, so that when they take their shirt off or their jeans or whatever it is that has a spot on it, they can spray it, then throw their piece of clothing in the laundry hamper. So that way when I wash it, it's already been pre-treated. Now they can always tell me to, I'm like, just tell me. Or if they would just like leave it on the washer, that's another hack. I'm like, if it's something that needs to be washed separate or has a stain, you can throw it in the washer and I know to check it, like just put it on top. But I don't feel like that always works. But if this is out next by their hamper, I just feel like they're more likely to do it. Even my things, it's just nice. Like I don't have to wear on and throw it on the washer. I don't have to remember doing it when I'm washing. This is just right by the hamper. So I just immediately spray it. And then if I don't get to laundry for a couple days, it's not just like sitting, like soaking in and drying up. It has like a preventer on it. So I feel like that's been really helpful. While we're on the topic of cleaning things, we came into my laundry room. Just a cleaning tip hack. I've talked about it a lot, but most of the time it's in like cleaning videos, so you may have missed it, but it's this powdered Tide detergent. It is a miracle worker, especially for anything fabric. I have like a miracle worker for like hard surfaces, but this is my miracle worker for, I mean, it can go on hard surfaces, but it's really good on fabric as well. I'm gonna show you how I use it, but typically all I do is get a cloth wet and then I dip it into the powdered Tide, and then I can go spot treat, you know, my sectional or carpet, or maybe it's my fabric like office chair, something like that. It could be, you know, clothing, something like that. But if you're gonna be cleaning like a larger area, you can also mix it in a bowl. So you can just do, you know, like a bowl of hot water, put in a little bit of the powdered Tide detergent, the original. It cannot be anything else. It has to be the original powdered Tide detergent. It comes in a big box. It's gonna last you forever because you only need a little bit. You can also use this just with your laundry, like actually use it, and it cleans so well. So I feel like for me, I'm constantly getting stains out. I have 2 dogs, a daughter, and a husband, and I live in like a white house. Like I'm constantly cleaning stuff up, and I feel like just Tide powder detergent is one of my go-to products. Okay, this one's my favorite home hack because it's free. It's so easy to do. I get so many compliments about it, and it's so customizable. So basically it's this free screensaver art from YouTube. I'm gonna show you how I do it, but all you have to do is go into YouTube. You're watching YouTube now, search like free artwork, free screensaver. There's like tons of different channels. I'll link a few down below, but they have beautiful art pieces so you can make it look like art. We have a really cool one for our movie room. So this isn't something you have to leave up all the time. Now the living room I do more because we are in here, but it's such a cool thing to do for like a guest bedroom when you have company coming over and you have like an art piece or something that they would enjoy seeing. And there's some that have like music in the background, or you can mute it, or there's some without it. There's some that change like every 10 minutes if you want like different photos coming up. There's so many different pieces. I promise you, you will find one you like, and it's free, so easy to do, and it just like changes the vibe of a space versus having like a big black screen up there. It just kind of like kills it, but that looks like artwork. A lot of them even come with the frame. So that frame is digital. I don't have a frame around my TV. This is a normal flat screen TV. It is not the special one. It's nothing expensive. Anything you have, if you can use YouTube on your TV, you can get this, and I think it's so cool. Okay, we're out in my garage now because I have a few hacks for out here, and they are game changers. The first one's a trash can. I went so many years with not having a trash can in our garage, and I thought I didn't need it until one day I had like an extra, sorry for the noises, it's windy. I had an extra trash can, and so I threw it out my garage. One day I put a bag in it, and I noticed my car wasn't as trashy. Like when people got out on their way inside, they would throw their items away. So maybe you had lunch in your car, maybe you had a snack in your car, maybe you got your kid a toy, whatever it is, myself included. I know I was gonna have to walk past the door and there was a trash can right there. So I think placement's key. It's gotta be close and easy to get to. And for us, that's like, we have to walk past it to get inside. If we have a trash can here, it has kept the inside of my car so much cleaner. The next must have, I feel like, for the garage is a bin. And I call this my like donation bin or giving bin. Basically, I probably have more overflow because I'm doing Amazon videos and testing out products, but I like to throw this out here so when like friends and family come over, I can just be like, here, do you want anything out of this? Sometimes I take it to friends, like I'll throw it in the back of my car, I'll take it to like dance class, but it's so nice to have a place for those items. So if you want to be good about decluttering and getting things out of your house, if you just like move them somewhere else in your house, it's not getting out. So I feel like for me, this is the best place. This could also be your like Goodwill bin. And then when it gets full, you put it in your back of your car and then you take it and drop it off. It could be your giving bin, whatever it is, just get that bin so those items that you don't need in your house anymore have a home to go into until you disperse them, either selling them. You can also have like a garage sale bin. I've done that before in the past where it's like, these are the items I'm gonna sell, these are the items I'm gonna donate, and then you already have that trash can right there for items you're gonna trash. I might be getting a little sidetracked because this wasn't on the list, but having like shelves in your garage is so helpful too with bins. I feel like it's best too when these are labeled. I don't have them labeled right now and I don't know what's in them. I will say I decluttered a lot, so I don't think there's much. I know these are like my disposable bags I take. This is George's dog food, but the smaller ones, I'm not really sure, but it's just nice for overflow items. Like a lot of this I have inside, but this is like, you know, when we buy from Sam's or Costco, you get a ton. So I can put the overflow out here. This is stuff for like when the dog's right in the car with us, cleaning products, extra towels. So when I don't want to use my good ones to clean up a mess, or if it's for a dog, whatever it is, washing cars, you know, extra trash bags. I just feel like this is a really nice hack to have. If you don't, just throw up some shelves. These are from the Home Depot. And I just feel like it's easy and keeps you organized, and then you know where those overflow items are. And one more thing, since we're already out here, having a small gym in your garage has been a game changer for me. I'm not gonna wake up and go to the gym if there's just not one close to me. We live way far out and I don't wanna like dirty up my house with these items. I just don't like cluttering my house. And I just feel like it's been so convenient. Ever since I put this out here, I've actually used it. I've been working out like consistently for almost 9 weeks now. And it's just so easy. I can walk out here, use my treadmill, do a light workout over here. It's all set up and ready to go. I don't have to pull it out. I don't have to do any of that. So there's just a little hack for you as well. Now we're moving on to scissor placement. I know that seems funny, but this is a hack video. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, because to me, there's 2 places you have to have scissors. I mean, obviously in like offices and kitchens and all that, but 2 places you're probably not thinking of. The first one is your dresser. I've had scissors in my dresser for years and it's so nice. I feel like if I have a new shirt or new panties or something like that, I'll just rip it off and then it puts a hole in them. So I've learned if I just keep, you know, even a small pair of scissors in there, you're more likely to use them so you're not damaging new items. Another thing I use them for is like, we all have those torn up like jeans or frayed shorts, or we have like a string on our shirt because it's kind of coming apart, but it's your favorite one, so you're not gonna get rid of it yet. I'm constantly just grabbing my scissors for things like that. So personally, I like to keep fabric scissors in my drawer. They don't have to be, but I know even on mine, I'll like put on a pair of jeans and they're too long and I'll take them off and like cut them off. So I like mine to be fabric. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have a pair of scissors in there, you might try it out. Just grab a pair from like another space and see if you use them. The next place for scissors is your car. I'd love to know how many of you guys keep scissors in like your car or your dresser if you've never heard that before, but we are constantly using my car scissors. Now, obviously you need to be very careful, especially if you're in a moving vehicle, like be careful. But a lot of times I'm at the post office, or I just got a package, or I'm sending something off, or I bought something new, or I don't know, whatever the reason, we're constantly using those scissors in my car. And so I could never not have scissors in my car now. They've just been in there. I think the last like 5-6 cars I've owned, I've just always had scissors in them. We're coming back to the laundry room because I forgot a cleaning hack that you guys have to know. I've shared this a lot on Instagram, so if you follow me there, sorry, I'm gonna tell you again, but we've talked about the powder tide. Now let's talk about the blue dawn. So once again, it has to be the original blue dawn, not the green, not the pink, not the purple. Original blue dawn is the way to go. This keeps your whites so white. I have a lot of white bedding in my house. We have white socks, white tank tops. Man, I have like white denim overalls. Constantly getting asked, how do you keep things white? Dawn. So I'm gonna show you how to use this once again, but all you do is squirt it into the bin of your washer and then wash everything like normal. I'll always do hot water with white, but you don't necessarily have to. You can still use your detergent, you can still use your softener, it's totally up to you. You can use this even on colored items, but if you're looking for a way to keep your whites, this is the way to go. Now, what I will say is I don't feel like it gets stains out, so you still need to pre-treat. So still shout or whatever it is that you use, pre-treat those spots. But this is gonna do really, really well keeping them white, like that bright white. I even did this the very first time. We had like white sheets and they were a little dingy. Like they weren't great. They weren't like brown, but they weren't bright white. I washed them with this once and they got brighter just with one load. So definitely test them out. Do your whites alone. I feel like it helps with this. Like I said, if you want to put this in a color alone, they say it still really helps to get dirt and different things out. But the main reason I use it is on whites. The last 2 hacks we're going to be testing out together because it's issues we're having that I think I may have found a solution for. So the first one are the curtains here in my office. So almost every window in my house has curtains and shades. So the curtains are more for looks than function. But here at the front of my house, they do both. So I don't want anything else blocking this window. I don't like get ready in here. I don't sleep in here. So occasionally when I want privacy or just to keep like the light out, I'll just shut the curtains. But they are very, very tall ceilings. I think these are 10-foot ceilings. And so when I'm trying to slide them over, sometimes they get stuck. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think we've all done that. So this is special tape I've ordered off Amazon. I'll have it linked down below, and you put clear thick tape across the top and you won't see it, but then it helps your curtains to slide. So if you use your curtains and actually open and close them, this is a hack that no one will see, but it'll make your life easier. So let's test it out and see if it actually works. look in the reflection of this glass door right here, you can see Chase is behind me taking it down. It was a major fail for me. I don't get it because I've seen so many reels of girls doing it and it just slides. For me, it acted as like, what, just kind of like rubber? Yeah. And it would just like stick.
Like a sticky pad.
So I don't know if it's like the hooks I'm using, but I feel like they all kind of have the same hooks. For me, it's a no, don't do it. It's a waste of time. Major fail. Now that we took it off, he's gonna show you, like, look how easy that slides. The one place I have trouble is where like the rods connect. Yeah, so this right is here. Like, you know, 2 rods to make it long, but it like goes inside the other rod. I just have to get it over that. After that, it's fine. But the other one, I couldn't even get it to move. So if you want your curtains to not move, it's actually good. You could like put it just on the ends and then fix your curtains the way you like them. So that way it would work. If you're like, I don't want people touching my curtains, it would grip it so people wouldn't grab them because you can't really get it to move. So for that function, it works. I was just needing it to make it slide, which apparently they already slide fine. Yeah. Once I had that stuff up, I didn't realize how well they worked. So we're gonna call that one a fail, unless you don't want your curtains to move, then you can get it. This next hack has to do with trash cans, and I was gonna wait and film it tomorrow for you guys and put it in, but it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so I can't. But technically this is what you do when they're empty and you're trying to bring them back up. There's a way to connect these two. Chase is always dragging them, or I'm helping him. He's even sat in the back of my SUV and like pulled them in while I drove. So there is a hack. We're gonna see if it works, but like I said, we may just have to show you how to do it because they're actually heavy and full right now. So once again, this is for when they're empty and you're bringing them back up. When you have to get them out and they're full, you just gotta take them one by one. Yeah. There's no hack for that. But what you do is what, you open the lid.
Open the first lid, then you open the second lid, and you tuck it in, and you just put this on top of it. Then you're able to pull back on this and it'll lift that up, which I won't be able to do because they're both full.
They're both full, but if they were empty, he could just pull this one and it would pull that one with it. Yeah. But we're full of trash right now, and tomorrow's a rainy day.
Tomorrow's trash day.
So
this is the 6th day.
This is a fail on our part, but I have to get this video up. Yeah. So just so you know, that's what you need to do to try it. But it works. You've done it, right?
I've done it when they're empty, and it's perfect. And that's the whole point, is to do it when it's empty. Okay. So it definitely works.
This video started out really well, and I feel like we're crashing. Okay guys, that is a wrap. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found at least one hack helpful. If you did, let me know your favorites down below in the comments section. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.